Today I'll be showing you how to replace a rocker arm in a 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic. I'm doing this off of a 2010 Honda Civic. Basically, for the situation, this rocker arm was being, or the adjustment screw was snapped off, as you can see, when it was a valve adjustment was being performed in this car. So this rocker arm is very loose and needs to be replaced. So the only way to do that is to remove the whole entire rocker arm assembly, as you can see here, and replace the single rocker arm. So that part you will have to purchase online at a Honda parts website, or have to go to a Honda dealership if they have the rocker arm. I believe they sell them in a pair. I don't think they sell a singular one, but you have to buy the pair of rocker arms. But today I'll be showing you a pretty easy method to keep everything clean and organized when you are performing this. If you have to, this isn't a very common thing that has to happen, so but just in case anyone out there needs to know how to do this, hopefully this video is helpful. So as you can see here, I have another rocker arm assembly for example. So this is what it will look like when you pull it out of the car. It'll be in this whole entire assembly, and nothing is really keeping it, together. It's just all slid together end by end. So again, you can see, just pull it out like this. Now what I did was put it into a box and then kind of just did it in order. So to go over the whole steps of what I mentioned before, this is how you would technically do this job. So again, let's say if you need to replace a rocker arm, for this instance, this rocker arm, let me show you, pull it out here. The adjustment screw was, a valve adjustment was being performed, and the adjustment screw was over torqued and it snapped off. So, and you unfortunately cannot replace this screw, so you have to replace the whole entire rocker arm. So I have the replacement rocker arm right there. I pulled it from another rocker arm assembly that I purchased. So essentially what you'll want to do and look out for, and what the best way is to take one part off of the rocker arm assembly or the rail one at a time, lean them up against each other as I did right there. So as I take the brand new rocker arm, I will essentially just slide it right back onto the rail like so. And one thing you want to look out for is the rocker arm assemblies. They have these silver washers, as you can see here. So be wary. Some of them only have one, some have like two on the left side, like so, as you can see here. So just make note, take photos, take videos as you do this whole entire job, just so you know. And again, when you take these parts off, don't just throw them anywhere. Have them lined up, just so you know what you're doing and what steps you have to take. And yeah, so I'm gonna put this back on. So again, you take your new rocker arm assembly, or sorry, rocker arm itself, and make sure you have the washers on correctly, and then just slide it right back on like so. And those little washers pop out, make sure that those get on, and there you go. And then one other thing, I don't know what this part is called, but one of these, I would assume you can call this a rocker arm too, or I'm not actually sure what part this is called. Sorry, I forgot the name of this part. But these have these little holes right here, and it has this spring and then this cap on it. So you would essentially, if it falls off, which it did for me as I was removing each part, just make sure that you keep note of those. So far, only 2 springs came out and 2 caps came out. So if that happens, you would take just, the spring, put it inside of the hole right here, and then take the cap and then place it right over the spring. So that way, it looks like this. Moves freely like that, and then just make sure that is, part of the assembly when you put things back together. So just make note of that. Again, keep everything nice and neat like I am. Having a big cardboard box helps. And obviously oil will spill, so make sure you do it somewhere where you don't want oil to stain anything. But that's essentially it. So hopefully you found this helpful. Again, it's not a very common job that a lot of people have to do. But in the circumstance, if, any of the rocker arms get damaged or the adjustment screws, like in this situation, gets damaged, you have to replace the whole entire arm itself. It is a pain in the ass job to do, but that's how it's designed. So again, so to reiterate, just be careful of those washers, keep note of them. Again, take photos, take videos of you doing this job, just so you have everything you can refer back to if you screw up or get lost. And when you take off the parts, line them up like I have, just so, put one back on, next, until you get to the very end. And that will make the process go by a lot smoother. So again, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching.